We are back at our usual spot.
Feels better this time.
Oh God!
Not as awkward.
Last week was
rough.
It was difficult. Here we are. No more popcorn. Check us out on Rumble and also YouTube if you're still doing that.
Sometimes Facebook. If I feel like it.
Facebook. I almost said Facebook.
Yeah, sometimes. Don't depend on it there, but YouTube and Rumble is where it's at.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to one of our favorite genres, sword and sorcery, from the 80s. This movie is literally called The Sword and the Sorcerer.
I was about to ask. I thought it was that. Okay, sweet.
Yeah. But that genre is also called sword and sorcery.
Oh,
right?
yes,
so,
yes, it is.
This is 1982. This is Albert Pyun, legendary filmmaker of such films as one of my favorites, Cyborg.
Oh yeah, Cyborg.
Classic Jean-Claude Van Damme, Nemesis, and all of its sequels.
Might have to look up Nemesis. See
Maybe
how
we'll
is.
do that one.
Yeah.
It's this guy's pretty good at taking a low budget and doing a lot with it
and doing great stuff with it.
Yeah, yeah. This movie is one of those.
Mm-hmm.
It's well, let's do these shots first. Cheers.
Cheers.
Why? I gotta be honest, though, I thought this movie would be way more wacky than it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it still had moments.
Had its moments of wackiness, for sure.
Especially from the beginning.
Oh, the tri-sword?
Well, even before that, you have this king, he goes into this cave, he brings this witch with him.
Yeah.
There's this altar with these fucking faces all over it. The witch does a ceremony, all the faces come alive.
That was one of my favorite parts.
Great.
That was cool. Yeah.
Great effect. All these really good practical effects. Mm-hmm. Faces like groaning and screaming, blood coming out of their eyes and shit.
Yeah.
But she does this ceremony and raises this sorcerer demon thing.
Yeah.
Right?
It's been in slumber for some time.
Yeah.
Comes out. I did like the evil king dude at the beginning. He was like, "Get on it, witch." Like all pissed off at her.
Yeah. And she made me think of who was it on The Witch from Ernest Scared Stupid, and then she was on something else. I can't remember her name.
Oh, the Catwoman lady?
Yeah, Catwoman. Yeah. Whatever her name was.
The OG
like,
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Not Halle Berry.
Yeah. But yeah, so he raises a sorcerer. He's like, I need you to help me overtake the richest kingdom in the land. And it's just like this big bald demon guy with long claws coming out of this thing, and he's like fucked up face. It's good. It's good makeup and stuff. And he's just like, okay, let's do it.
Why can't you do it yourself? Well, I've tried 3 times.
Yeah, and
I failed every time.
One of the king's lackeys is like, why should we think you're so great? And he's like, okay. And then he pushes the witch, who, by the way, has been sucking on his fingers.
Yes.
He pushes her away and telekinetically, using the force, rips her heart out of her chest.
Didn't even think this
great.
bitch.
Yeah. She's like, but I love you.
Yeah, I love you. I resurrected you. I'm like impressed by the lackey who just witnessed this demon come to life. Like, why should I believe you?
What are you gonna do?
This is all smoke and mirrors, probably, for all I know.
Yeah. So yeah, they kind of, the king's army with the sorcerer, they kind of sweep through this rich kingdom, and you kind of see them. They're not knowing what's happening yet.
Yeah.
You got King Richard.
I will probably say, before you watch this movie, you probably want to listen to this first part of this to understand what's going on. So you had to pull up
this movie
synopsis.
There's football happening now.
Monday Night Football.
People are still into that.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so either listen to this first part, go back and watch it, or just pull up Wikipedia to look up some of the synopsis of it.
Yeah, I can just lay it out. So you got Evil King comes in, takes over he kills the good king. You got the king's wife and their 2 kids running away.
Yeah.
Well, they catch up to them too. Son has the magical 3-bladed sword.
Best sword ever.
Just three blades, all the same length, straight up. He has that. Well, he watches as the king kills his dad and his mom.
Yeah.
They capture his younger sister, and then he does a brief fight where he has the the 2 blades, outer blades, can launch.
Yeah.
He launches them out, and they're like, woo!
It just out of nowhere, not expecting it. You're just like, oh, that's a weird 3-bladed sword, like a Wolverine hand.
Right.
Sword.
Yeah.
No, these things fucking shoot out at you, which is awesome.
Yeah, he shoots him out, but then he runs away. He's like, oh, I can't win. I'm so sad. And then we jump forward 11 years. Here's where you're not sure what the fuck's going on. You have a outlaw bandit figure, kind of like Conan the Barbarian, which, I mean, he was also the heir to a throne kind of deal.
Right.
He became a slave, got kicked out, became a bandit. It's the same kind of character. And then you have this king, and he's also dealing with a rebellion. And you hear about this prince.
Yeah.
This prince, who we're confused at this point. We think this is the kid.
It, like at the beginning, it alluded to, okay, this is what Prince that read off went to go do.
Yeah.
Was be that guy, and then you see this other dude. Oh,
they're
this
also
is the
calling
prince.
him Prince.
Yeah, and you're like, what?
So this guy is the second in command of the King Richard that was killed. This is his advisor, his second in command, his son, and they've all there's been this rebellion fomenting, and they're now looking at him as the prince.
Yeah.
But this guy over here, he's just been a bandit this whole time. He doesn't fucking care about his crown or anything.
Right.
Meanwhile, we now see this fucking sorcerer who got stabbed and betrayed by the king. He stabbed him, threw him in the ocean. And he's like, I've been under the ocean for 8 years building my power. He has this Asian snake lady that we never see again. She's like half naked. And then we're why don't we see her again? Never see her again.
Probably couldn't afford her.
But we see that he is also plotting to take the throne. So there's a rebellion, there's a sorcerer
and then
wanting to take the throne, and then we have the bandit who he's not acting like he wants the throne, and then we find out he doesn't.
No,
actually.
No.
He just wants to bang bitches and
save kingdoms,
kill people,
and bang bitches.
That's the fight. That's it. Yeah.
Simple life.
Yeah. Just simple good life.
Yeah. That'd be nice to do one day.
I guess. My feeling of this movie, and I gotta say, one of my favorite movies that we have ever watched is The Sorceress.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that is the perfect sword and sorcery movie.
Was that the one with
the
twins that felt everything?
Yeah. It's so ridiculous and over the top and just as campy and B-movie as you can be.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like this movie was trying to be more serious most of the time.
Definitely most parts, I see that, and then some of the goofy parts felt like, let's just run with it.
It's like it came out of nowhere because it felt almost like a 60s adventure. Remember The Magical Sword? Remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the kind of music, and then they're doing this it's this political plotting, these things going on. I'm not saying the magic sword was way more ridiculous,
right? But
I'm just saying the music and the way it's filmed and the narration and everybody's talking very seriously.
Yeah.
And then there's a harem. He swings through a window, falls into a harem.
Makes out with the lady he falls on, and she falls in love with him immediately. And
but that's like after over an hour.
Yeah.
Of just swashbuckling, but not really much. There's a big chunk in this in the middle that's just we're going to try to be a more serious medieval kind of king, people trying to gain this throne, and there's a king fighting.
Yeah.
And then it's the front and back have the crazy shit,
right?
A little bit crazy shit, and then just the middle is just kind of back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Not really so much kind of a regular ass medieval kind of movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The second part, yeah. And you're like, yeah, let's try to make this a serious movie, and then towards it, like, nah, let's just.
Yeah, they're like, wait a minute, we
Yeah.
haven't put as many titties in here as
Yeah,
we wanted to.
let's throw that in for the next 10
Let's
minutes.
just have a whole room full
Yeah.
of them.
That's it. We're paying these women to. I'm not paying them to stand around.
Right.
Go do something.
Paying you to get naked.
Yeah.
They're like, well, how can we use that later? Oh, we'll have the harem break these other guys out of jail.
Yeah.
The rebels out of jail later
They'll come
because
back.
they're just pissed because they're just the harem
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yes.
Because they literally saw the prince the one time and they're like, we like him.
Yeah.
That literally is the
It's the only young man that's probably came into that room.
yeah.
That's not tried to force their way. Well,
Yeah.
he did force his way into there, and that was another thing. The blonde chick that was like the king's main bitch.
Yeah.
Is what it seemed like. That was the original sister.
We
from
find
the
out
beginning.
that is the yeah. We find out that is the original king's. The only reason I found that out was from reading it on
Yeah.
Wikipedia. It never comes out again. Maybe it was they used her name and somehow.
And I guess that would explain why, unless that one dude was just so into her from the 2 seconds of meeting her in the brothel that they were in. Because he was like crying whenever she stabbed herself in the prison later.
Right.
And he was like so emotionally like damaged from seeing that.
Yeah.
You just met her. You just
That's right. They torture her. They cut her tongue out.
Yes.
It's like she wouldn't confess to being part of the conspiracy.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Then she fucking stabbed herself. Yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you get this whole thing. It all comes together in the end. Everybody's fighting. Our main guy is fucking crucified during the wedding of the evil king and the main girl.
Yeah.
The other prince's sister.
Yes. Yeah.
who
yeah.
they made a deal where he was like, "Yeah, I'll help you free your brother." The other.
Oh
prince.
yes, yeah, the legit prince. Yeah, he's like, oh no, the sister asked him to save her brother for one night with her.
Yeah, He's like, I don't want money. I want to bang you for one night.
He's like, that's kind of a small price for saving an entire kingdom.
Everybody's trying to bang this chick the whole movie.
The dude with a tiny sword. King.
But yeah, there's this whole. He sets up this whole wedding ceremony. So you got the evil king is going to marry this girl.
Yeah.
They have the prince got captured. He's being crucified.
Mm-hmm.
And you got all the other kings around here. They're having a feast.
Yeah, they're doing like a whole red room. Is it called the red room or the red dinner or something like that? Game of Thrones. Like they had everybody there.
Yeah.
And they just want to. The plan is to murder all these kings from the other kingdoms.
There's nobody here that likes the Jets that much as that dude screaming.
Oh, this guy.
This is Tennessee. Nobody cares about the Jets.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, so they try to red room or whatever it's called. All these kings, so the main evil king can become king of the world, pretty much.
Right.
But
they're all like, we don't like him anyway.
Yeah.
And then the one guy that has been behind the scenes that was part of this king's like court or whatever, he ends up being the sorcerer in disguise who's come back.
Yes,
and so they have a big goofy fight at the end.
So I was bummed out. I know you were bummed out. Like the sorcerer dude seemed cool, and
he was
wanted
great.
Him more in it, but he's like, "Oh, I got my plan to do is to take back what's
he's
mine."
in it. He's in the whole movie like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's not in it long. It's like beginning and then the end of it.
Yeah,
and the rest of it, he's as another character.
Yeah.
And then reveals himself, which was a very cool scene of him.
Yes,
revealing
he literally
himself.
like crawls out of the guy's skin.
Yeah.
His face peels apart. It's cool.
Yeah. The first part, like his hand, the skin of the hand comes off, and you see his arm and stuff. That was a sweet transition.
Yeah.
For that was a good use of effects, and then also It's like not a lot of gore in it and stuff, but the one scene where like the whole let's try to murder all the kings, but it doesn't happen. But they one of the guard gets his head split in half.
Yeah, just
sword.
randomly, just head split down the middle. Yeah, it's this weird. It's a lot of this movie is just straight edge, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like slightly fucked up things here and there, weird shit here and there, but it doesn't carry all the way through. So it's very strange. It's like he was making this movie and didn't exactly know how to piece it together.
Right.
It kind of has that feeling. We should go scores on this.
Yeah, let's go scores.
Okay. Let me go first.
Sure.
You know, it was not as crazy as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But even so, I still enjoyed it overall, and you know, I still want to give it a 5. I could possibly go 4, but I want to give it a 5. I didn't get bored, even though it was more kind of serious through parts of it. I was still into it and kept going, and I think it was overall a pretty fun movie. So I'm gonna go 5.
Yeah. Me, I'm gonna give this about a 4.5. It was a good, fun movie. I didn't feel like it was drawn out. I felt like some intentional comic effects in it. I know definitely with the one girl, the lame joke every time about what sword, and then kneeing them all the time. But there was some other stuff in it.
Yeah.
But I wanted more of like that demon sorcerer though.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that was like a missed opportunity. Like if you're gonna go in this part where we got all these different factions want to come in to like take down this evil kingdom, I want to see a bit more of the demon kind of doing his own thing instead of playing as, oh, I've been this guy this whole time, by the way, fucking with you. I'd rather him just kind of keep fucking with him with his sorcery or something.
Right.
Something along those lines on that. But all in all, it's a good movie to watch. You can watch it on Tubi. Yeah.
HD on Tubi.
HD on Tubi. Hard to get.
Yo, like, subscribe. Check us out on Rumble.
Yeah, check us out on Rumble.
Oh, we got our producer in.
Oh,